Chris Gillet, first of all, congratulations with the win against Værløse tonight. Quite an easy day at the office, but I know somehow every coaches are not that satisfied, even though the result is what it is today.
Yeah, you're right. Look, we're certainly satisfied, don't get me wrong. But we had some very specific goals coming into the day to move forward from the Svendborg loss 2 weeks ago. It's been a really long 14 days, having to think about that every day. So this was much more about making sure we're playing up to the level that we wanted to and that we talk about all the time. And for the most part, we did that. So I'm certainly satisfied with the day because we played the way we're supposed to play, not necessarily because of the score or anything like that.
It has pretty much been an easy start of the season. You met two of the teams from the lower top from the lower of the league. Is that an advantage or disadvantage for what is coming?
Yeah, I think at times it's a little bit of both. It's an advantage because it gives you an opportunity to maybe rest a guy that's injured or work on something specific that you want to talk about. Get something on film, maybe something like that. But when November comes, we've got 5 Pro A teams in a row, and the level is just so much different right now that you feel like, okay, how do you pick it back up after you played a few Pro B teams, and all of a sudden you play Horsens, Bakens, Svendborg, Randers. How do you play at that level to win in those types of games? So it's really advantageous for a team to come off of a Pro A game into another Pro A game instead of going back and forth all the time and trying to continue to play at the right level.
What do you need to improve before meeting Bakken and Horsens?
Well, we're working on putting things together for 40 minutes. Again, today we were up at halftime big, just like the Svendborg game. We feel like in the first half we're as good as anybody in the entire league. And there's not much, that I can change there. But second half, we need to put things together for the entire game. What are we doing in the second half? Are we just concerned about what the score is? How many points do I have? Things like that. We've got to put together 40 minutes of team effort so that when the big games come, we're ready to go for 40 minutes.
This is your first season coaching here in Denmark as a head coach. How satisfying are you where the team is right now?
It's
tricky question.
It is a tricky question. I feel like we're in a good spot. I also feel at the same time that we have so far to go. The talent we have is ridiculous, and that's not always easy to mesh together. And so that's going to take a long time. And I anticipate us to be much better at the end of the year, even than we are right now. To make a long story short, I think we're good. We're nowhere near where we need to be in terms of if we had to enter the playoffs tomorrow. That would be a bad thing.
So how big of the potential is it, would you say?
I mean, everybody in this Pro A should think that if they play their best, they should win the championship, or at least at minimum make the finals if they get everything going the right way. So that's our goal as well. There's nothing different than anybody else there. We feel like we've put the right amount of guys out here, the right talent out here, and now we've just got to get going playing it the right way, and we'll see how far we can go.
Thank you very much, Chris.